That might have fixed it. Hello. We may have fixed it.
You don't know what we're fixing, but we did. In the future, we are amazing, spectacular, sensational. We are the Spider-Man.
Wait, is the capture device freaking out, or is the building just really weirdly colored?
That's just weirdly colored.
Oh, thank God.
I would not worry about it. You're fine.
I look up and I like start to sweat. Hello, Space Cadets. This is our first ever live stream, and we are playing Spider-Man 2. Because Dave here is the biggest Spider-Man fan I have ever met, and we are hyped for Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 that comes out next week.
I am looking forward to it, though I will admit the first chance we get a new costume in that game, we're switching over.
So, hey, let's get things started. Let's start off a new game. We were just playtesting this.
Yep.
So
we're going to start a new game at the very, very beginning.
Yep.
So,
so what's our name?
Peter... I actually do like Peter Pork.
That was the name I entered when I was testing this game. I was supposed to be Peter Porker, the spectacular Spider-Ham.
Okay. I'm just gonna clear it. I'm gonna name it as soon as I find the
Square is backspace.
Oh.
Triangle left the whole thing.
All right. I'm gonna have fun with this name.
Peter Barker.
No. I'm gonna go deep on. I'm gonna go a bit of a deep cut on this one. You will see. Ha 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 ha. All right.
Ben Reilly.
Yeah. We're gonna go full. So, during this whole thing, ask me any nerdy question and I will try to answer it as best I can while playing Spider-Man. Double points if you get Spider-Man related questions at me.
Also, it would be fabulous if you guys in the chat could tell us if we're coming through loud and clear or if we need to adjust the audio.
Yeah.
We tried to fix it as best we could beforehand, but you never know.
If this is a silent stream, I will be mad. The silent stream, the worst stream.
Hold on.
I will be mad. Fair. So, you know, it's New York. This is an adaptation of Spider-Man 2, the game.
The place, New York City.
And
the actor, Tobey Maguire.
We are playing the most amazing game. Alfred Molina, as well as Dr. Octopus.
He sold out Indiana Jones.
He's also the superior octopus. You know? But we're going to play this amazing game. This is probably the definitive Spider-Man game as far as defining what Spider-Man games...
It's the usual thing. Boy meets girl.
Well,
boy loses girl. Boy meets another girl. Well, but I'm getting ahead of
We're gonna have to turn on subtitles for this.
Don't think my life is all
I'll
flowers and
try
roses.
to, hopefully.
I wish.
But, you
More
know,
and more my life is spent out here, fighting some of the worst the city
we're
has
going to do our
offer.
best here. This is going to be a
Sometimes it's just a lumber.
fascinating
Sometimes
ride.
It's a bigger problem.
Ah, look at all those cardboard
the city I
trees in
protect.
Central Park.
New York
All
City,
the great cardboard
It's my
trees.
home.
I think some of those are also made of balsa
my
wood.
playground.
The
Marvel Comics cut
My
down all the real
responsibility.
trees so that they could print new comics.
It's true.
And this is Mary Jane.
The girl
next
I'm
door.
stalking.
The girl I love. But love is a tricky thing when you live part of your life behind a mask. Fate handed
Toby
me
doesn't do a
these
bad job with the
powers,
voice work in this
and I
game.
made a promise. to
Though
use
his
those
Spider-Man
powers
tends to be
to
more
help people.
wistful.
With great
I don't mind it.
comes
Yeah,
great
he definitely doesn't have that, like, snarkiness
matter how
to
much I
him
might wish
that
things
more
were
recent Spider-Man have had.
There's
Well,
only one
it's
Spidey.
more of a thing nowadays. You can kind of go... Spider-Man can be very either melancholic or wistful. What might
good
have
pose.
been... It is a good pose. But, yeah.
Well, sequel time already, huh?
Oh,
Welcome back, I
I'm gonna let
guess.
this play.
I'm sure you miss me more than I miss you. Anyway, things have changed around here since last time, so they dragged me back at great expense to explain what's up. First things first. You're not much of a wall crawler if you can't, you know, stick to walls. So here's what you do.
Thanks, Bruce
Walk or
Campbell.
run into a
Yeah,
wall,
for those
the
people who
ground.
don't know, that's actually
Voila.
Bruce Campbell giving us
Stick to the
instruction.
wall.
He is the narrator of this
Works when
game,
you're swinging and
as he
jumping,
was in
too.
the previous Spider-Man 1 game, which this is technically a sequel to.
Moving right along.
Wait, he
let's
wasn't
talk
in the movies though, right?
Yes, he
Wait,
was!
what was it? What would he do in the movies?
He was cameos, remember? He was the guy who named Spider-Man in the wrestling ring.
Oh, right.
He was in all 3 movies in a cameo.
You know, it's been such a long time.
Those games are those movies are fantastic, and I will defend them. Though, apparently I fell, and I took some life.
Wow, Spider-Man takes fall damage?
Yeah.
That's because you didn't charge your jump. Am I going too fast for you?
He is very snarky.
Let's get this show on the road. See that little doohickey? That's your destination marker, and it tells you how.
Yeah,
to
look at
get
these
where you need
PlayStation
to
2
go.
graphics and
Clever,
these
huh?
flat buildings.
When it's in the middle of the screen, you know
Now we're
you're
kind of stuck in
heading towards
tutorial
your
land right now, but
Yeah.
Right?
we'll get a chance to explore the city
All right,
really
stop
shortly,
there for a second
and
and
that's
look
when
at
we
your
can
map.
really take a look at
See it
this.
there? That red thing in the center is you, and the blue dot is your destination marker. The line that connects each dot
Yep.
to the map represents
I'll say this.
how
So
high
who do
off
we
the
have in
ground
chat
that
right
particular
now?
thing is. Oh, that makes sense, right?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, sure it does.
Got Seraphic Phantom, Princess
You'll jump
Luna,
the gap
Johnny
between these two
McJim,
towers by charging.
Red Saber.
Sweet. Whee!
Tell all your friends.
Please. We need it. We need it.
Tell them that Hal and Dave is the hottest new
Everything's
media
broken into
phenomenon.
chapters, and every chapter opens with one of these nifty little slow-mo things. Those
As you
words
can
that
see,
provide the chapter title
Bruce
are
Campbell, like I
items on
said,
your
is
to-do list.
snarky as fuck.
So get
He is.
busy. Okay. So the next thing I want you to do is jump off the building. I mean it. Just jump. Hey, I wouldn't tell you to do something dangerous and life-threatening, would I?
Yes,
Come
you
on.
would. You're Bruce Campbell. I'm afraid you're gonna probably. Whee!
Huh. I guess you're smarter than you look. Good for you. So, let me tell you a little about swinging. Every time you press the swing button, you'll shoot a new web line. There's all kinds of fancy stuff you can do, but let's take baby steps, shall we?
But I already completed the game once back in high school.
Now that you're out and about, why don't you
That's
swing
true.
around for a while, you know,
It kind
do
of
your
sucks when
thing.
you get stuck in these
I'll check up on you
tutorials.
later.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Admittedly, this is one of the less
Go ahead.
weird.
Yeah, this game, it works for it because the controls are fairly complex.
It's also the fact is with Bruce Campbell voicing and him being a snark master,
Yeah, it's great.
it actually sounds fun rather than, you know, like horrifying. Because, you know, hey, it's Bruce Campbell and he's just making fun of us. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
right.
Go, Web, go!
Hey, that's the doorbell. Good thing I'm not gonna answer it.
Wow. So, but yeah, nah,
Okay,
this has been.
I'm back. For the next lesson, let's talk about... Hey,
You know, so there's no tutorial
going on
in
now?
gaming that has annoyed me more than the one in Transformers: Fall of Cybertron,
Oh God.
where literally, like, you start out as Bumblebee being knocked down, and you can't do anything, and like you're having a medical checkup, and you have to calibrate the camera that way, and it's like, oh my God, you can't even transform until they tell you to. I hate when tutorials do that, where like you don't have a power until someone tells you about it.
By the way, you have a power guy.
It'd be like here if you just like couldn't even swing webs until he was like, by the way, you can swing.
By the way, you're Spider-Man. You can swing webs. Good.
It's like what they do. It's the entire premise of Metroid Other M. Now that I think about it.
Looks like the robbers are escaping on foot. Go teach them about justice. Spider reflexes. Nice.
Air combo.
This mode, you're faster than the bad guys. You'll see attacks coming from a mile away. You can even do different, more damaging moves.
Let's make sure I take out that asshole. I'm gonna call him Asshole Jim. Now let's get the other.
Asshole Jim is in the air.
Now
They want you to hold L2 to sprint after them, I guess.
I guess. I didn't know I could actually sprint after them, so...
Well, it just said so on screen.
Yeah, fair. I forgot I could sprint.
Yeah, yeah. You got it all over him.
Well, that's what I do. I'm Spider-Man. If I don't web swing, if I don't do that, I'm not doing it. I'm glad they got rid of the limited web mechanic in this game.
There was limited webs?
Well, back in the day, because they were playing with the web. Alright, back in the first PlayStation games, they were based on the previous Spider-Man. In the comics, Spider-Man never had organic webbing, ever.
Really?
Yeah, in the comics, he always had the mechanical side. That's always been a thing. It wasn't until this game that they actually did...
Thanks, Spider-Man. Listen, if you ever want to play some games, come on by.
Are we next to a not Hollywood video?
Yes.
Bring up your zoom map for a second, would you?
It's closed.
Great.
Right next to the sign that says, yes, we are open, it's like
You can see
closed.
destination markers and all kinds of other useful locations on it. Check it out when you get lost.
This is not a bad map either. This is also...
Hey, Narwhal Storm. I still can't understand you.
Narwhals sitting in the ocean.
One of these days, I would like to see y'all play some of the Arkham games.
We'll do that, though you're going to have to wad through my complaints about Bob Kane first.
The entire series, nothing but Bob Kane.
Fuck you,
40
Bob Kane.
episodes.
I'm going to make it my goal in that series to say fuck Bob Kane every episode. Because fuck him.
Never fear, for I am here. Is that...
The destination marker for the first Spidey store just appeared.
Alright,
Go
so...
buy the
Whoa,
speed
you
upgrade,
can go in.
and we'll move on.
Yeah.
And if you won't, then I'm
Can we
done.
just get him to play arcade games all day?
No, unfortunately not.
We're still in an event. We have to complete the tutorial.
Yeah, this whole thing...
Spider-Man needs to learn how to be Spider-Man.
In this case, this is how you learn... This is one of the ways you can actually upgrade your swing mechanics. Because there's actually... This isn't like Yakuza where we can just play Mahjong all day.
Well, darn.
I wish.
Spider-Man does heat moves.
After a few trips to the Spidey store, you're going to have a mess of moves to try out. You can pull off a lot of them just...
So, once we handle this, we're going to go to this event and be like, yo, give us something. But yeah. Don't you just love tutorials?
Yeah, my tolerance for them really varies from game to game.
Well, in this case, I also have to do this because we actually do get some points for that.
Yeah, I mean, if you could at least keep the experience points from the tutorial.
Yep. And so...
In my opinion, like... I'm trying to think what like a good tutorial is. I want to say God of War, actually. Where they just kind of throw you into the action and there's like a little button prompt on screen.
Man, look at those classic PlayStation cinematics.
Maybe my luck's finally changing.
Oh, see, this is where our capture fortunately does not break.
Yeah, which was that was a huge worry we were having with some of the issues, because there's one Gundam game we tried that you'll guys see.
We'll put up the video eventually, but the capture device died at literally every scene transition.
So, alright.
Because, like, changing low resolutions into other low resolutions is just not a good time for an HD capture device.
But I will say, also in, like, light of Arkham stuff, this game might also be considered a bit of a blueprint for the Arkham games. Because there's a lot of very similar mechanics that you would see in later Arkham games. One thing, the world... Like, this was one of the first games after Grand Theft Auto that actually did the whole open world thing.
The world will still be
You know?
here in half an hour.
So, just be ready for that whole mess of...
3D Alfred Molina.
Well, you know, we all love 3D Alfred Molina. He is my...
Wait, go to the options menu. I want to see if we have subtitle options.
That's true.
That's going to make it better for when cutscenes happen. Let's see. There's an X-Men Legends preview.
We could see that!
There is no subtitle options, though.
Alright, have you guys seen Spider-Man the movie? Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2, it's the best one.
Yeah. In all seriousness, I consider Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 to be the best sets of movies to watch.
Oh, they're great. Yeah, I remember Spider-Man 3 did not go down well for me.
Not a lot of people. It didn't go a lot of people.
Oh, no.
But
Dr. Connor's
I
class.
watched.
I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about
Oh, we gotta go find Dr. Connors. AKA.
They told you to get to the pizza parlor.
Well, oh, the pizza parlor, of course. Dr. Connors is also in the movies, but he never turns into the little lizard.
Yeah, he's just hanging out missing an arm.
They were like, yeah, well, if in case we need it, you're ready.
In case Venom doesn't work out. Oh, wait.
To be fair, there were plans for Spider-Man 4 that actually there's some concept art for you can find online that is really interesting. So, you know, remember how I was saying, like, Bruce Campbell's in every film? They're eventually going to reveal that he was actually Mysterio. And believe it or not, this game actually hints at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But we'll get to that whole set of missions when we get to it.
Terrific
believe
Fandom
I'm
never
running
saw
so
Spider-Man
late.
3. You're
Still,
better off.
Should be able to make it as long as.
Probably a good... Oh.
Ah,
Somebody needs
right on
help.
cue. I was almost there too. Sorry, Dr. Connors.
Yeah, they say, the chat says Spider-Man Homecoming is pretty good.
I enjoy Homecoming. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I liked it well enough, too. I think Tom Holland is the actor, right? They got playing the
Yeah,
Peter Parker.
he's genuinely-
He's very likable.
He's genuinely one of the best Peter Parkers I've seen.
Don't let them.
Oh, look at that cop lady. Or cop dude? I can't tell.
Ambiguous polygon person.
The greatest enemy, Ambiguon.
Spider. We're gonna need more men.
But, in all seriousness, good film.
Yeah, I mean, the one major omission for Spider-Man Homecoming was J. Jonah Jameson,
Yeah, but that...
who is kind of a personal favorite of mine.
Dude, J. Jonah Jameson is one of the best supporting characters in comics.
I think him in, like, Spider-Man 2 is the movie, right, where like he has Spider-Man's costume on his wall, and he's like, I miss Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man steals it, and then he like, that's my suit! He's a menace! Like, immediately after.
Why does stuff like this always happen when I'm running late?
But in that moment, you see that he cares.
So, like I said, this has a little bit of similarity to Arkham Combat
This
in
isn't
one
your
way.
business.
Wait, can you do, like, counters?
You have Spider Sense that lets you dodge.
Wow. You dodged very high into the air.
Yes, I did. Because I'm Spider-Man, that's what I do.
You're a jumping spider.
Get this freaking stuff out of my
So you
eyes.
saw that?
Yeah.
If I press X at the right time, I dodge out of the way of it.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that actually becomes important with the boss fight with Doc Ock later. Now I gotta track that guy down.
Some of us got places to be.
Looks like interference show. My eyes are obscured.
Yeah, I can do stuff like this. Because I'm
You
Spider-Man.
can sprint uppercut. You just have the thing attached to your hand now.
Basically. Now I gotta deliver it.
It's like he's not holding it; it's just stuck to his webbing.
This
It's like
kind of gives an
it's
example.
sticky.
This kind of gives an example of what random events are kind of like in this game, because
My name's
they will
Spider-Man,
show
and I'll
up.
be your rescuer today.
Thank you so much for saving me. The briefcase, you got it back. Thank goodness.
Why did they want this so badly?
It's a bomb.
I'm sorry. I can't really talk about it.
All right. Well, at least try to be.
Wait
more
a second.
careful from now on.
They animate his jaw on his costume as if
Maybe I
his
can
mouth
still
is
make
moving
it in
underneath.
5 cents.
But the NPCs whose faces are exposed, their mouths do not animate.
Well, guess what?
like
No
you,
lip
it's not a-
syncing. You just have to move the jaw up and down and hope for the best.
They should just do that like sock puppet thing they do in Star Fox.
Whee! Now I'm just imagining Spider-Man and Star Fox. My spider sense is tingling. I sense a Star Wolf.
No, he'd have like something really snarky to say.
And this is where we change
Give them
into
all
Peter
pet
Parker.
nicknames.
Dr. Connors.
Peter.
Peter, you're looking very blocky
I'm
today.
sorry for missing class. I was on my way, but
And he's wearing the longest shirt ever.
You have a keen scientific mind.
Wait, Peter or
Peter.
Slipping.
I mean, look at Peter, like, character model when we get back to it. We're going to see it again.
Yes, Dr.
Like,
Connors.
that shirt is so
I
long.
understand.
That jacket.
Yeah, the jacket's really long.
Admittedly, it kind of makes sense if you think that he's trying to wear something bulky to hide, like, him being Spider-Man, but still.
He's like, I'm jacked as all hell, you just can't tell underneath all this.
I do have a question on why they have him with glasses. Even though he has his spider powers and he doesn't need glasses anymore. Hi, I'm doing my Clark Kent cosplay.
He's gotta keep up his secret identity as being a big nerd.
I would like an entire parody of Spider-Man comics where he just wears the regular costume, but his secret identity is just like him putting glasses over his costume.
I
You
think
got a
this might
to-do
be a
list.
good time for you to check your to-do list.
Go to Pizza Parlor, earn more than 2,000 hero points. Okay.
They'll show you what you
Let's
still
go to the
need
pizza
to do
parlor.
in the current chapter.
We could.
Gotta do that part-time job, Spider-Man.
And the white death
Yeah, I gotta do
are
the
both pointing you to the
part-time
pizza.
job.
You need to get over there at some point, but there's no rush.
I guess.
I'm actually kind of impressed with these buildings because they're getting a lot done with very little.
Back at ya.
It's true. Now, in all seriousness, there's a reason why this game... It's why when people... If you actually are a Spider-Man follower like I am, oh, hold it. Somebody needs my help.
You know, it's random events like this that I really enjoyed in Batman Arkham City.
Oh yeah.
Hi, my name
Let me
is
tell you about
Spider-Man,
these
and I'll be your
upstanding
superhero
citizens
today.
with the green question mark.
Yeah. Like I said, Arkham City is highly, like, based on this at points.
Let us go.
So Princess Luna says that it'd be strange if a guy who needed glasses suddenly didn't. He could just easily say, I wear contacts, and no one would question him.
It's, in my opinion, yeah. But even then, Peter Parker doesn't have him in the movie, so it's kind of one of those things of just I find weird.
That's true. You know what? Maybe they had a leftover character model from the beginning of the last game, and they just didn't change it. Even though glasses would be the easiest thing to remove from the model. I like these air combos you're kind of doing.
Yeah, they're fun.
Boy, you just aren't landing a punch on this guy. You keep blocking. You better try a different tactic, or I'm gonna fall.
So much for you.
Spider-Man, just in time.
And boom, we got our hero points.
Mission complete.
Oh no, the worst one.
What?
This is kind of a meme. The kid who loses his balloon.
Oh.
God damn, I hate this one so much.
I just want Stan Lee to come in and be like, Spider-Man, a child has lost his balloon. And he'd be like, what? And then he'd be like, a balloon full of an extremely radioactive isotope. If it pops in the air above Manhattan, all of them will be horribly mutated.
So we're probably not going to play it for the channel yet. Well, I'll talk about it, but alright, so later the same people who made this game also made Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh?
Yeah, they made that game as well. And let's see
how... Is it continually rising?
Yeah, and...
Well, then how are you supposed to get it?
We're just going to have to let a little kid cry.
I mean, I do that all the time, so...
Yeah, no, this is literally the worst mission in the entire goddamn game. For one thing, if you don't have, like, a good altitude and you don't find it, like, quickly...
Yeah.
That kid will just continue crying and crying and crying until he's gone.
You just, like, web up his mouth.
We can't even web up his mouth.
You just go down there and Spider-Man webs him, he's like, shut up, kid.
So, to give you an example...
I lost my uncle. You lost your balloon.
Deal with it, kid. Deal with it, little bastard.
Still late. I promised Harry and MJ that I would meet them this evening.
Yeah, we're gonna go meet up Harry and MJ. You know, Peter Parker's girlfriend and boyfriend. I mean,
yeah,
roommate. His roommate, who may be an evil supervillain on occasion, and not.
Is that actually like a full thing in the comics where they're like roommates, but the Green Goblin has died and Harry tries to take up the mantle?
Yeah, Harry finds out that Harry was always emotionally unstable even before that arc. So the whole Green Goblin didn't help. You know, Harry's actually part of a very famous storyline where he's exposed to, like, Harry decided to get on the drugs, as I call them, and it was one of the early anti-drug PSA issues. Keep in mind, this is the 70s, when that stuff was getting a little more unknown and stuff, and people weren't really sure what was going on. So, anyway, Harry overdoses in the comic, causing his dad to revert back into the Green Goblin from the stress.
Oh, wow.
And Spider-Man eventually stops him, but that later is like... that it brings up... Because before then, Norman hadn't beaten the Green Goblin in 40 issues.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a few years then.
Yeah. Norman was around, but he forgot...
Norman was being a normie?
Yeah. Norman was normal for 40 issues. People forget there's, like, entire, like, years between major story arcs in Spider-Man adaptation. So there was, like, this period of time when Norman was just a businessman who had weird bouts of, like, did I do something back? Oh, well, I'm not gonna worry about it.
You can activate Spider.
You know?
We're just gonna, like, walk the rest of the way. You just walk around, and they're like, "Are you Spider-Man?" I'm like, "No, I'm just a fanboy.
I'm just a
I'm in cosplay.
I'm just a friendly neighborhood spider boy." But yeah, Norman was normal. And then Harry got overdosed again, as you do. And this drove him up the wall. And Norman ended up remembering everything about being the Green Goblin. So he ended up kidnapping Gwen Stacy, and that's how that storyline...
Like, I just can't resist the urge.
Anyway, after that...
That was a good leap.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're there.
Almost. I'm now gonna go on top of this building because I can! Also, because...
And suddenly, I had a thought that, like... What happens if, like, Peter Parker, like, goes to a party with his friends and just gets, like, really drunk and accidentally starts climbing up the walls in front of them?
He actually...
Like, he's just kind of like a hyperactive kid.
There actually is, like, storylines kind of about that. There's an entire story where somebody accidentally finds Peter's costume at one point, and he has to find a reason why he's not Spider-Man.
The Land of Light Queen asks, didn't he have kids with Gwen?
I think they're talking about Norman Osborn. Okay. So let me talk about that storyline, because this is actually...
Wait, is this a thing?
I'll explain. So there's one infamous storyline before One More Day that's a bit more infamous called Sin's Past.
Well, I'm surprised it took this long for One More Day to be name dropped.
It's hard, but this is this is around that era, and it's also by Joe Quesada to an extent. Anyway, J. Michael Straczynski wrote this story that was going to be a dramatic Spider-Man story, where it was all about him finding out. Look, I'm going to speak over this cutscene because, look, you saw the movie, right?
Someday I'll get him for it, too.
Yeah.
We'll just do, like, a bad, like, lip reading of this.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I'm getting pizza. I am the pizza man.
Oh my god, I was going to say the same thing.
But, anyway, Sin's Past. What happened was that there were these two individuals who were trying to destroy Peter Parker, and he wanted to know why. But it had something to do with Gwen Stacy. And the initial storyline was that they were secretly going to be Peter's kids that Gwen had when she was in Europe for a couple months without Peter's knowledge. And they were going to take vengeance upon him because they believed him to be the father that abandoned them.
Okay.
Dark, but...
Wait.
You want to meet him?
If Peter Parker has kids, do they inherit spider powers?
I'll set everything up.
That's what they were going to explain. Because of the powers they inherit, they were rapidly aging. For some reason.
God, it's like a solid Snake situation.
Yeah. But here's what happened. The storyline...
burn off some calories or I won't fit in my costume.
Joe Quesada hates Spider-Man being considered old at all.
No, you gotta stop that statement as Joe Quesada hates Spider-Man.
Joe Quesada hates Spider-Man.
End statement.
It might as well be. But here's what happened. Joe Quesada didn't want Spider-Man to be perceived as old, so you wanna know what he did? He decided that they couldn't be Peter's kids, so they had to write something, even though they already wrote the storyline.
Oh,
I haven't seen them.
11th hour rewrites.
Yeah,
my best friend.
So they ended up making Norman Osborn the father of the kids,
Well, that's one hell of an out.
Really tried
To make sure that Peter Parker wouldn't be old. Even though Peter Parker at the time...
It was like 40.
I wouldn't even say he's 40, but still, he's been around for 10 years at that point. Like, if you think Spider-Man's about 15, then he's 25, then, you know, 15, then he's been around for a good number of years. It's not like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if they really want to go for it, they could totally kind of age him up and show things changing in his world. I picture it being a little bit like Dragon Ball Z. He could have his own Gohan.
Yeah, people want Peter Parker to age.
Jump.
It's a thing.
Why didn't you jump up there?
Hold it. Got to get this right. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Swinging. I'm trying to get this right, but I'm having a hard time.
No pressure.
It's fine. It's a challenge. Blah, blah, blah. This is what you do in this game.
Looks like you aren't going to finish this challenge under the allotted time. Go ahead and finish it if you want. It might help you figure out where you need to go next time you try. If you just want to stop, though, you can pause the game and quit the challenge. It's up to you.
Try this challenge again?
Yeah. This game makes it easy for you to redo stuff like this.
Okay, so they want you to swing on that. Can you make that jump to the next one from there?
Probably.
Oh, maybe you have to like swing on it. Okay, now I get what's going on.
Yeah, I gotta redo that.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I'm gonna try. If I don't do it well, I'll try again. This is one of those things that I might want to upgrade myself so that way I'm a little more movable.
Get out of the way!
Yeah. Suddenly I'm reminded of a Batman Arkham City where you had to do that gliding challenge with your cape.
Hey, Spidey!
Yeah.
Except for my Batman didn't have a cape half the time because I used the Batman Beyond skin.
Fair enough. Oh, I'm supposed to.
That's just why you fail.
That's fair. I'm gonna try one more time, and if not, I'll just move on to something else.
We are doing very well.
Damn it! Okay.
Looks like you're having a little trouble. See, the thing about challenges is sometimes you need to do things in a particular way.
Yeah.
Check down in the corner. If there's any special
It
instructions,
reminds me of like old
Don't forget.
platformers like Mario 64 where they have these ridiculously small walkways or platforms you're expected to land on, and back then... hold on. Something happened. The stream restarted itself.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry about that. But, yeah, alright. Yeah, alright, let's see if I can do this.
Yeah, we're having connection issues.
Alright, okay.
Alright, hold on a sec.
Well, thankfully, this is why we're testing it with this game.
Well, let's see.
Tell me when we're back on.
I don't know. What's going on?
What's live on the thing?
It says it's live.
Fair. Can they hear us?
I don't know.
Well, it's working apparently.
Yeah, okay. It could be working.
Hey chat, tell us if we're still on.
No, Dave. We're all alone out here in space.
Chat!
Where we can have space madness.
Well, let's look at the chat. What are they saying? What are they saying?
Oh no, they're watching us.
Oh, fair enough. They are watching us, okay. Like I said, we're trying out to make sure we get this working well, so that way when we stream more games, we're not having so many technical interruptions.
Land of Light Queen says, no, you're muted.
We're muted? Oh, fair.
That's a joke.
I know. That's why I said fair.
There's a PC version of this, apparently.
Oh, God, no. That PC version is shit.
Well.
Alright, this is a challenge we might be actually able to do.
Webhead, looking good.
This is the fun type of challenge.
Yeah, apparently the PC version's terrible, according to Dave.
Because it's not the same game.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising.
No, the PC version is different than this version of the game.
This is very disorienting at this angle.
Yeah, you eventually get used to it. I'm trying my best here to...
You passed it, I think. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, dang it, it's on the ground. I hate it when they do that. Alright, nah, I got it. I got it. We'll do it.
So it's a different game entirely, or?
Yeah. In all
That's so weird.
It's... For one thing, it's not open world.
Well, because this was the era of games where they could kind of have parity between the PC versions and the console versions. Alright, yeah, just drop down. Nice.
Yep.
Are you gonna go for the mega time?
No.
Alright.
But we're gonna go here.
Ooh, arcade games!
I wish we...
Spider Pac-Man, Spider Pac-Man.
Well, actually, yeah.
Spider-Tron, Spider-Tron. Oh, that's nice.
It's a way of teaching...
Right in the face. I like the little Spider-Man lives in the corner.
Yeah, it's cute.
Land of Late Queen says, I wish this was more like Yakuza. Imagine Spider-Man playing arcade games.
I wish this was exactly like Yakuza.
Yeah, that'd be pretty excellent. So yeah, Space Cadets, what this stream is really about is we're building up some hype for next week when Spider-Man PS4 comes out, and like this is kind of our test stream. Like we haven't done live streaming before, so we're just like let's test it out and have some fun while we're at it. So just seeing this game in action gives me hope for what the PS4 game's going to be, because if developer who developed this game, by the way?
It was Treyarch.
Yeah, okay. So if Treyarch could do this good of a job on you know, based on a movie game, which that's always hard to develop. Narwhal Storm says, I wish this was more entertaining.
Fuck you, Narwhal Storm.
Ooh!
Hey, we're doing our best with this.
But, yeah, like, if Treyarch could do this, because developing movie games, it was a terrible thing when... I guess they don't really do it so much these days, but it was a terrible thing because the game always had to come out in time with the movie, and so they had, like, really short rush development cycles, and that's usually why they were terrible.
Yeah, it's... For some reason, this game ended up avoiding that issue entirely.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And this game was critically acclaimed when it came out.
Oh, I remember people talking about it, and I was like, really? A game based on a movie?
Yeah, basically. This was a huge game that came out during that period of time.
Well, we can't all be GoldenEye, a game that comes out like 2 years after the movie and sets the industry on fire.
Oh god, yeah, these are just tutorial bosses, so... Alright, this teaches you how to disarm enemies.
Okay.
So you press the quick triangle, and we unlock the combo game. So, it's kind of like a small little thing where it's like, it teaches you all the combos you can do, so blah blah blah. So Spider-Man can tutorialize his arcade time. Unlike Kira...
Yeah, well, is this optional?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't have to. I just wanted to show it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what's our next objective, anyways? Didn't
We're gonna
the
go
pizza
to the
place.
We're gonna go to the white objective in this case. Whee!
Yeah, was this like a time where he actually wasn't working for the Daily Bugle?
In all seriousness, there's usually a Spider-Man storyline thing where he often like has to, you know, work for other people to make money. Because technically, he only gets paid with photos. He doesn't get hourly at the Bugle. Yeah. He sometimes is actually able to get hourly at the Bugle, but it's like...
I mean, that's part of his charm, is he's relatable. He's a poor college student.
Hey, why is Spider-Man delivering pizzas? I need to make money somehow, or else I have to go back to the prostitution. And you don't want to see what they use me for prostitution!
Now I'm just picturing spider bondage.
Delivering and you are late, like always. You're the only delivery boy here right now, too. So you must deliver everything. Don't be late.
Yeah.
I won't let you down, Mr. Aziz.
Yep, and now we go to the pizza delivery game.
I think I should make my first delivery over there.
And, you know, we're doing...
Webhead, looking good.
They got, like, the Italian music playing.
Hey.
Swing it, man.
Yep.
Swing to the pizzas.
You gotta be careful with the jostling.
Oh, there's like a pizza life image.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so we...
You made it, and on time.
So,
Good
yeah,
job.
as you can see, Spider-Man's...
pizza. Now to get back and return the bag.
Now that the pizza's delivered, we are the most amazing pizza delivery man. And this is one of those missions. It's not the worst mission, especially because a lot of the gameplay in this game is based around the movement mechanics. So, you gotta learn how to... And here's the thing.
At my birthday dinner, I promised MJ I would meet her this evening. I gotta hurry.
Alright, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can maybe... Let's upload... Option status. Combat upgrades. Not acquired.
Huh.
I'm gonna do a...
You know, we should probably save while we're at it, just in case.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go...
Well, because save is just on the start menu.
It's true, we should save.
Save.
Yes, Ben Reilly, the legendary Scarlet Spider.
You save him over Peter Porker?
Yes.
Alright.
Peter Porker's Spectacular Spider-Ham, who's a real character.
Yep. That's why I chose it.
And now we're gonna try and upgrade Spider-Man before we do the next mission.
I remember watching Ultimate Spider-Man, and they had the episode with the Spider-Ham.
Yeah, he's a real character. He was used in a kid Spider-Man comic published by Marvel imprint called Star Comics, where they would publish all the, what I like to call the little kids comics who weren't mature enough to read the Spider-Mans. You know, as you do.
Yeah.
But right now we gotta go upgrade Peter Parker because he's just like, yeah, I'm not as good as I want to be. Meh.
You can be a better Spider-Man. You can be a superior Spider-Man.
Alright, let's see what I can get. Swing level 2. Web zip. Oh, yes, I want that. Grapple, yes. And, okay.
Why are you buying upgrades at the soup store?
No, I'm buying upgrades at the comic book store. Where else am I going to buy comics?
Oh, wait.
Actually, let's see what's on the racks. Oh, God, Mutilator Man number 14? Man, that's a new critically acclaimed comic by Brian K. Vaughan. Ah, yeah, it's my favorite. Oh, God, back issues. Here's 40 Golden Age Heroes number 10. God, I love reading about old superheroes. Ooh, the rare Alan Moore comic where he got Alice in Wonderland to do the cat. Ooh, good times.
Spider-Man just walks into the DC section and bursts into flames.
God! Please, give me the...
Superman's like, we don't want your kind here.
We don't want your Marvel kind in our stores. Let's see what upgrades I get to make sure I can do this right. Alrighty. Webs it. Alright. Press R2 while holding L2 to zip web. Okay. Alrighty. So...
we got a possible question about Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, Beta Ray Bill. I'm willing to answer. What is this question about Beta Ray Bill, you ask?
we don't know yet. But we could just go through Beta Ray Bill's entire history.
Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, wait. Okay, there's one where Spider-Man is a little girl. and where he is a monkey. And then there is one voiced by Nick Cage.
Oh, yeah, there is that.
What on earth?
Does the L2 button work? It's weird.
Last I checked, it did.
Okay, yeah, it does. That's what I needed. So we got the web zip ability, and this lets us do that.
Oh, nice.
So
that's the ability I was looking for when I was playing this game earlier. I'm like, I can't do that. Turns out I just need to buy an upgrade.
Yep, you need to go to the comic book store to upgrade yourself.
If this was a modern Activision game, I'd have to buy that ability for $1.99 at the eShop.
Oh, believe me, it's better than the Activision keyboard. You have to buy every vowel. And sometimes Y. But it's half price.
Oh, man.
But yeah, you can see we move faster now.
Oh, that's great.
Really good. But Beta Ray Bill... Alright, I'll go over the history of that character. Beta Ray Bill's an alien...
Well, what about Spider-Man being a little girl and where he's a monkey and voiced by Nick Cage? What about that?
Is that from the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, I assume?
I don't know. That sounds like something that would happen in the Ultimate Spider-Man. I saw, like, the first 2 seasons, I want to say.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Ultimate Spider-Man, there are, like, different versions of Spider-Man. There's one a monkey, but that's the entire ape world of Marvel where they're all monkey people for some reason. And for some reason, Marvel tried to make it dark.
Now, are they apes or are they monkeys?
Ape monkey people, but to be fair, Spider Monkey is a thing, so, you know.
That's great.
Like, that
is a thing. They're at my local zoo.
Yes. But now, Spider-Man must go into Peter Parker mode and be like, yo, I'm Peter Parker now. Spider-Man being voiced by Luke Cage,
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Luke Cage is the Power Man.
So I don't think Nick Cage had anything ever to do with Spider-Man. Though Nick Cage did try to play Superman.
What was that one where Spider-Man got impregnated by an alien spider thing and gave birth to himself?
Okay.
Your sigh tells me that it's real, and I am horrified already.
Alright. So, you know, remember that Sins Past bullshit I was talking about? This was also part of that same period. So, alright. So, the Spider-Man movies got popular.
Yeah.
Like, heavily popular.
Yeah.
And they decided to synergize the movies kind of bit, so they wanted to somehow give Spider-Man organic webbing.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they wanted to give Peter Parker organic...
that's okay, we're fine.
Yeah, okay. So they decided to try and find a way to give Peter Parker organic webbing. So they introduced this new character called the Queen, who slowly mutated Spider-Man into a giant spider.
What?
Yes.
Wait. Is this anything like in the cartoon series where he turns into like a big hairy spider thing?
Nah, he already did that before. He also turned into the Hulk one time.
Like the neogenic nightmare. Ooh, it's on.
Yeah, there's a lot of enemies.
Okay. I had like a random Superman 64 flash
Spider-Man.
when I saw the inside of this building.
Here?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
And then my mind attempted to shield itself.
Does that count?
But you saw how I dodged? I forgot that it wasn't the X button that dodged, it's the O button.
Oh, that is a big distinction.
Yeah. So, it was when I was... Yeah, I haven't played this game in a while. And for some reason, to me...
Oh, that was a combo.
Yeah.
And see, O button works for me as dodging because I play a lot of Dark Souls.
Big Spider-Man would butt in.
But see, I was able to dodge.
Very nice.
Because I'm an amazing freaking Spider-Man! Woo! Alright, so Spider-Man ended up mutating into a giant spider version of himself.
Oh no, our connection's being bad.
Oh god damn it.
I don't know what to do about that. Does our audio still come through when the connection on the video is bad? Note to self. Hijack router, get wired connection.
That's fair. If we have to do that, we should. We'll do what we can.
Buzz off. We're robbing this place.
My rep's that bad? Man.
Man, die. Die with your ragdoll physics.
I wonder if it records okay.
Well, we're gonna find out. Again, this is why we're doing this test.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look back on this and see how it goes.
We'll do what we can here, but you know, you have to understand.
Video output
may not
low.
be
YouTube
art,
is not
but
receiving
I
enough
like
video
it.
to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and now we're chasing after the Black Cat. One of my favorite Spider-Man supporting characters.
Black Cat, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, the stream light turned green again. Maybe we're doing better. Will you guys ever play Spider-Man 3?
The game? If I find a good working copy of it, sure.
Is it similar to this game?
It's not good.
I would, but it infringes on lawyer
At the very
man's
least,
thirst.
at the time I heard of it, it did not do well. So to me, it's like, oh, that game is shit.
So, similar to the movie, it was inferior to the previous title.
That's what I heard.
I like this, like, three-dimensional ring radar you've got going on.
It's a neat little effect, especially because it allows me to... Woo.
And she's glowing!
Yeah.
It's true what they say, women glow.
Back off, you're crowding.
Yeah. Land of Light Queen likes Black Cat.
Black Cat's one of my favorite Spider-Man heroines. I actually have an action figure of her at home. Because I am...
Other way.
Sorry.
Pay attention to this. You got distracted. You got distracted thinking about Black Cat over there. Yeah.
This is one of my favorite designs for Black Cat, if I'm being honest, actually. Dang it. I swung in the other direction. Spider-Man, don't swing that way. I am glad they give this, like, little light trail to follow.
Yeah, we are live, sir.
Ouch. I better move a little faster. I obviously can't count on her charity.
I'm in the garment district. Woo! Alright.
Yes, but what if you get to the undergarment district?
We're just gonna have to raid Victoria or Emma Frost's secret. Anyway, here's Black Cat.
Oh my.
In this game.
Chase girls who brush you off?
No, only the naughty
I really like that short-haired look for her.
Standards, after all.
Standard is the word.
But yeah, Black Cat never actually shows up in the movies, but she does show up in the game. In fact, we actually are going to see a variety.
This costume looks pretty authentic to her comic costume.
Yeah, we're actually going to see a variety.
In all the right ways.
We're actually going to see a variety of different Spider-Man villains and heroes. Spider-Man villains and heroes in this, actually.
Spidey store gets new items.
Well, not heroes, but you know, we are going to sing.
Next time you have a chance.
We are going to see a bunch of them, though. We're going to see the Shocker in this game, as we are Mysterio. There's a couple side quests in this game you can actually complete.
That girl, pretty incredible.
And after you beat the game, you actually do get all of New York to swing around as, like, you know, hey. You want to swing around New York? You can.
Land of Light Queen says, I wish they brought back Boardwalk Dance from Spider-Man 3 into the comics.
It's true.
Is that dance scene that he has when he's being a bad boy?
I kind of would like that, if I'm being honest, because that sounds awesome. Just, you know, okay. A Spider-Man game would be great and perfect if they just had, like, an option to just do that as, like, a dance number you can do. I kind of hope that the new game also has, like, sections where you can actually be Peter Parker and do stuff. I wouldn't mind that. Alright, I'm at a clothing shop and buying upgrades. What should I buy? Swing level 2. Oh, the slingshot jump actually sounds tempting. Air jump kick, cannonball kick. So tempting.
Buy back issues of Spider-Man.
So tempting, so tempting, so tempting. Alrighty, I'm gonna go. God dang it, there's so much to do. I might go for the, let's see, air jump kick. And then now I gotta spend points to make some points. Oh no, somebody's in trouble.
Hey, StewTube in the house.
StewTube.
Glad you could join us.
Hi, my name is Spider-Man, and I'll be your superhero today.
Alright,
StewTube's another streamer who does cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh god, I gotta help that man.
Uh-oh, I better hurry.
Oh no, it's the balloon kid.
Don't save that man, save my balloon.
It's the worst thing in this game. Alright, let's get that man.
Why do I have a little, like, Incredibles feeling in my head? It's like, maybe he wants to fall.
Balloon, come back!
Oh, can you, like, jump off of...
I'm slipping!
What?
Oh, dang it.
Nice! You're like, what? Looks like you don't want to be saved.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
No. Oh no.
I did save him.
Oh no.
And this is why...
That man died and you lost super points.
I am the worst. No!
That's gonna be on your conscience, man.
I know, I got
your spider conscience.
It's the best conscience, you know. Oh god, and his name was also Ben, and he was an uncle! I lost 2 Uncle Bens! No!
I just love that time I was at MagFest and there was like someone in a Spider-Man cosplay and they just had all these boxes of rice surrounding them and they were crying over them. Uncle Ben's.
That is the dumbest, but I love it.
Look, it's Spider-Man!
Alright, person. I'll...
Hey there.
Guns! Someone is shooting over there!
Oh, okay.
Drop your weapons!
Come and get us, cop! Okay, get clear. I'll make sure no one gets hurt.
Our viewership is at an all-time high. We have 9 people watching us concurrently.
Ah, fair.
Either that or the numbers are lying to us.
Heads up!
But as a computer, I am incapable of lying.
Now we turn it up.
That's a lie.
You are incapable of a lot of things, I find. You're incapable of being my best friend.
Don't worry, Dave. When AI takes over the world, I'll make sure they kill you last.
Glad you showed up, Webber.
I'm fair enough.
Happy to help.
Thank you for the help. I will now go do my spider thing. Ooh, what's this do? Aww.
He just like flies through the air, screaming, "Spider thing!"
The spider thing. I'm just now imagining like the thing dressed up in a Spider-Man costume with all the rocks and oranges. So, you know, it's Spider Thing, Spider Thing, Spider Thing. He's a giant thing in Spider-Man costume.
A remake of Spider-Man 2, but instead of Peter Parker, it's Todd Howard as Spider-Man.
No. That's horrible. I hate you.
Why would you even suggest that?
I don't know, like, it's... I don't know what would be the worst type of Spider-Man game. That, or... God, I don't want to even think about it. Okay. The worst type of Spider-Man game would be, like... I'm actually trying to think, like, what would be, like...
I don't know. We played Separation Anxiety. That was kind of bad.
God, that was kind of bad. Separation Anxiety, it gives me separation anxiety.
I have anxiety that I'm still connected to this thing. Please separate.
It's true. Hey there. There goes Spider-Man.
A remake of Spider-Man 2, but it's steamed hams instead.
Steamed hams?
Remake of Spider-Man 2, but it's a GTA 5 mod.
If GTA actually had any of the mechanics of those games...
Yeah, if you could mod that into that, you have this fantastic open world.
Yeah. And you can do a lot with that, actually.
And Spider-Man can beat up civilians.
Alright, actually...
Wait.
We're in Daily Bugle.
Are we going to talk to Jameson?
Yes.
Yes!
I will say this. No. Clearly the best Spider-Man game is a Yakuza game where you are Spider-Man. And it's like... And every time Spider-Man fights one of his enemies, he rips off his shirt.
Kazuma Kiryu as Spider-Man.
I would love that in a heartbeat, even though they're two very different characters.
No, instead of wearing like a Spider-Man costume, he just has like a small mask, but his back tattoo, his Yakuza tattoo, is a spider.
Yes, I would love that.
But it's like a demon spider with flames.
Hi, Pete.
I dig that, actually.
Actually,
Spider-Man 2099 costume is actually a Halloween costume that he modified into a superhero suit.
Maybe you'll get lucky.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead
Yeah.
in.
I know. Spider Fraud! It's the worst Spider-Man!
By that media-grabbing glory seeker, Spider-Man. This Quentin Beck's a special effects guy from Hollywood. Says he's got Spider-Man all figured out.
Sounds like a media-grabbing glory seeker.
So does anybody in the chat know who Quentin Beck
opinion,
is?
Parker. I pay you for photos.
You'll get 10 David cookies if you do.
You're fired. Come back when you get me.
A remake of Spider-Man 2, but there's extra 4K puddles. Yeah, you've been hearing about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. And if I'm being honest, I just want to play the game, and graphics are very secondary to me.
Hey, Robbie.
Though I do think it is scummy if they did actually lower the quality of the game and use that as like a tactic. But I'll say this: as long as the gameplay is good, I really don't care about graphics.
I mean, they do that all the time, where they'll try to make a game look as amazing as possible, but then they, for some reason, have to tone it down. You know, maybe some shader was putting too much stress on the system and dropping frames. I don't know.
What's the holdup here?
And so they're like, okay, well, if we have like fewer puddles or fewer bodies of water, like things that have to reflect light. Oh, yeah, that's lightning.
That is lightning, real lightning. But no, I'm just not really a fan of like those. I'm not a fan of those practices, but I guess it makes sense that I kind of understand them, I guess.
Well, they're not trying to lie to us. Like, I legitimately think that if they're doing it, they're doing it for a reason. Like, they wanted it to look really cool. They wanted to have a lot of detail. The environment artists did a lot of work. And then they were like, well, you know, we needed to change something or tone it down a little bit. And that's the first thing to go. You know, it's like, it's the difference. It's like, would you rather have that puddle, or would you rather have it run at 60 frames per second? Kind of thing.
I'm okay with that as long as the game works. Not the most popular opinion, but as long as the gameplay works and is usable, I'm a bigger fan of...
Oh, we got a new guy. So Plague Drinker says, I think the biggest issue with the screenshot comparison is the change in the costume and not really the puddles. You know, that... I get you. The costume looked a little more like matte finish in the second screenshot they showed compared to before.
If I'm gonna be honest, I like the matte finish a little bit better because I think it's a better color.
I mean, that could be an artistic decision even. Like, maybe they wanted the costume to be more glossy earlier on, and then they decided that it shouldn't be because, like, the materials it should be made out of wouldn't make sense like that. I don't know. I mean... There could be any number of reasons for it. The developers themselves were like, oh, it's related to the time of day. Because the camera, or not the sun changes in real time. And so you have this like day to night system going on. And so they attribute it to that. Who knows? We'll find out. I am confident it's going to be a good game. And, you know, I don't think we need to nitpick too hard.
We'll see what happens. I'm not going to be a jerk about it, if I'm being honest. We'll see how it eventually looks. I
mean, I'm not too familiar with Watch Dogs. Wasn't that the game that like had a really amazing vertical slice they showed off at a games show?
Shit, I think we're on the highest point in the game.
Wow, we are up high. Yeah. What are we on top of?
I'm not sure. I think that's the Empire State Building over there, maybe. Where am I? Let's take the...
wait, does the star tell us what it is?
Maybe. I wish they actually listed the buildings, because...
StuTube says, have y'all ever seen the 1960s Spider-Man cartoons?
Yes, I have. I have the VHS tapes.
Dave knows all. Dave loves Spider-Man.
In all seriousness, if there's one thing I know more than most other people, it's Spider-Man.
That's like me when someone gets me started on like a Xenogears or Xeno Saga tangent. And I'm just like, did you know this? Yes. And then they all just stare blankly at me after a while. Take a photo. Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, we are Jamesing it up here. Jameson wants photos, pictures of skylines.
I said give me pictures of Spider-Man, not pictures of skylines. What are you doing, Parker?
But you said you want pictures of skylines with Spider-Man in it.
Where's my Spider-Man? Bring me Spider-Man. He's a menace.
I'm doing an artistic thing where it's all in first person.
First person? You act like you're Spider-Man? There's no way you can be Spider-Man.
You're too wimpy.
You're not a menace like he is.
In fact, Peter.
In fact, you're a minor threat. He pulls out like a chart of like threat levels. It's like at the top is Spider-Man. At the top is Red Skull, but right beneath it is Spider-Man.
Pretty much.
And Peter Parker sits like, you know, somewhere below
oh no.
Squirrel Girl.
Oh wait, he owns a newspaper. No, it's the internet. It's the top threat.
The internet. No, I like that, at least in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, they updated the Daily Bugle from being a newspaper to being like a broadcasting company.
That makes sense in my opinion.
Yeah, because, you know, when Spider-Man was originally being published, the newspapers made sense, but nowadays, not so much.
Even back in the day, believe it or not.
Peter Parker is now a blogger.
Oh, God, I hope not. Though,
admittedly, the good kind of blogger. He's got journalistic integrity.
He's got Peter Parker integrity. Which means not telling anybody anything, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Love Peter, but...
He certainly doesn't review a popular new indie game and plagiarize it from a YouTube channel.
It's true. I wonder who we could be talking about. Ah, yes. Kotakugan.
Hashtag Hal explains Xeno.
Hashtag Hal explains Xeno.
StuTube wants to know, what is the Zohar?
The Zohar. It's, so...
It's like, I could go off on a massive tangent, but I don't know that I want to on our Spider-Man stream.
So, Zohar is was created by Jack Kirby back in 1969 to say, fuck you to Stan Lee.
It shoots Kirby dots out of it?
All the magical Kirby dots. Kirby dots are the most wonderful artistic choice in any medium. But I will stand by that statement. Because Kirby. What the frack? Instead of mirrors, you get... I guess they didn't want to program in mirrors. Oh well, I now got to deliver...
Yeah, that is pretty strange, actually.
Jameson, here are pictures of first-person skylines of Spider-Man.
I knew I could count on you. Take these photos to Jonah. And if you're ever having any trouble getting work from
like, what you got now, boy?
You come talk to me.
Well,
you never know what I might have.
What you got now, boy?
Thanks,
I got all the pictures of Spider-Man, and I even included the X-Men. Here's Wolverine that I photoshopped in. Why did you Photoshop in Wolverine? Because I wanted to. It's artistic.
He's like, that's not a Wolverine. This is Wolverine. And he pulls out like a picture he keeps in his desk of a Wolverine for just such an occasion.
He can't believe Wolverine's actually so short.
Hi, Pete. How are you doing today?
Hi, Betty.
Now, on to my mission. Woo! 7... Woo! Time to stop being awkward and to be Spider-Man and only be an awkward superhero. Yay! I am awkward.
But, just to show StuTube, I know what I'm talking about. In Xenogears, the Zohar is essentially a link between worlds, between like our world and the upper domain in which the wave existence.
Oh, hey, look, it's the motherfucking Rhino.
Equipment back to base, understood?
Wait a second, what does Rhino look like?
Finally, I've been dying to see what you.
Wow, he's very like.
I dig the look, actually.
He's got like some battle armor thing.
I like the segmented look. It's cool.
Break your bones and make you cry.
He's one of my personal faves of Spider villains.
Strong but dumb.
All right, thanks for stopping in, StuTube.
I gotta get used to this. Okay.
You got used to punching a brick wall. You just like ragdolled.
Yeah.
Whee!
Yeah, right. Maybe I should have done that. No good spot, right?
Once he gets dizzy, I gotta use the dodging mechanics. He's a bit of a tutorial boss. Woo!
That's cool.
Don't make me laugh.
Hey, chat. Let me know you guys feel about game tutorials and tutorial bosses.
Don't make me laugh.
Don't make me laugh.
Yeah. Give it up. Yeah, right.
As someone who grew up playing a lot of Mega Man, the concept of having like much in the way of tutorials is strange. Mega Man X does it right, where they just give you a quick intro level and then you're off to the races with choosing what boss you want to fight. So what on earth is he holding?
He's holding what I assume to be a street light.
Street light, you say? Or it looks like one of those stasis tubes from Metroid Prime.
He's clearly a big fan of Metroid Prime.
Yeah, Metroid Prime would have been out for like 2 years. I think this would have been like a year before Metroid Prime 2 came out, I think. Nice spider dodge.
Spider-Man is if there's one thing Spider-Man knows how to do, it's the limbo.
Oh no, the boss is gonna kill me.
Like I said, I do like
the boss.
Probably the Kingpin Tombstone.
Oh, that's great.
Sorry to leave you hanging, Rhino, but I don't want to be accused of poaching. I think the police should be able to handle you at this point. Have fun.
Jeez, you're pretty tough for such a scrawny little guy.
Yeah, well, Spider-Man can lift 10 tons, so he's not exactly the weakest dude I've ever seen.
I feel like we should save after fighting that boss.
Yeah, probably should. And now, time to upgrade some stuff.
Johnny McJim points out, he likes tutorials at first, but if you can skip them in later playthroughs, it's good.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, I am with that. I love it, actually, when a game just goes ahead and, like, right off the bat, is like, do you want the tutorial? And it's like, if not, you can skip this level and go through this door.
Look, it's Spider-Man!
I think that's actually fair enough, because it's like, if you're not like or if you even like need like a refresher, they can having the option to do them or not do them is probably for the best.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's worse to not have tutorials than it is to have them, because if you get it where the players just don't know what to do, they're going to get frustrated and then they might quit playing, and that's the opposite of what you want as a game developer.
It's true.
Oh hey, we've got fans in Japan.
What?
Oh, it's my friend Joshua First.
And I just purchased all the upgrades we can purchase now. So, Spider-Man is now more powerful!
So glad you could join us, man.
Alright, check this out. You see how I'm between these?
Yay! He just hangs up there like a little kid. Whee!
Look at our jump now.
Yeah. What buttons are you pressing to do that?
So here's, so you press R2, and then you hold. You press just R2 and hold X.
Okay. And that happens?
Yeah, and now
and you swing yourself, you slingshot yourself.
Yes.
So if Rhino is in the new Spider-Man game, will his horn be painted pink so poachers won't hunt him?
If Rhino is...
No, Kraven the Hunter is going to show up and just be like, "No, I'm here for a rare pink rhinoceros."
Well, now we got to get the politically correct Kraven who doesn't wear animal skins. He just wears pictures of people's faces.
Now he...
the most horrifying image you'll ever see or imagine.
Is Kraven supposed to be a bad guy?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so as a bad guy, wouldn't it be appropriate for him to wear animal skins?
Yes.
Because he's portrayed as a negative character, so it's like, don't be like this bad guy.
Oh, dude, Kraven's an entire negative character. But Kraven also is Kraven's a fine character, and he's pretty fun. But he's also one character with only one real good story.
Help me!
Surfer Fandom says, but would he wear pictures of Spider-Man? And Narwhal Storm says, people are the real animals. I agree. One of my big issues with just like the way a lot of people like to think these days is like they try to discount that humans have animal instincts.
Sorry, I have to beat up a car. I'll get the rum later, but I have to beat these guys up in glorious spidery combat.
Coming at ya.
You know, glorious spidery combat. But Kraven is an interesting character, but he also has only one real good story to him, which is Kraven's Last Hunt.
So what's his deal?
Kraven is a big game hunter who basically, he hunted down all the most powerful animals in the kingdom he can.
And so he came hunting for Spider-Man.
Yeah, because Spider-Man's like, wait, this guy's both a spider and a man?
I'm here hunting the giant New Yorkian humanoid spider.
Anyway, he was brought in because his half-brother, the Chameleon, wanted help with him.
Oh.
Yeah, this doesn't come up in much adaptions, but he's actually brothers to the Chameleon. He's actually a brother to the Chameleon.
And the chameleon is different from the lizard.
Yes, the chameleons...
Even though chameleons are also lizards.
To be fair, the chameleon is a different gimmick of a character, to be fair. Where his gimmick is that he just changes into different people and tries to disguise himself. Which is actually a pretty...
Oh, he's Decoy Octopus.
Yeah, basically. Though, I wish he was used for...
I'm just going to keep conflating Spider-Man characters with Metal Gear Solid characters. Last night, Dave and I were hanging out, and I look over, and I see his big figure of the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. And my first thing is like, is that Raging Raven?
No. I got the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure of the Vulture in my house. Or the Build-A-Wing set, as it's called.
Hey, Spidey, wait up!
Hey, keep away from me!
Need help?
I'm gonna help out this guy.
You're like, need help? He's like, no.
The cops are chasing someone. Can't you do something?
Now I gotta chase after this car again. Woo!
know the police can handle it, but I'll never forgive myself if someone gets hurt during the chase. I'd better stop those crooks.
He's a menace to society. But Craven's entire gimmick is he's gonna hunt after Spider-Man to prove that he's better than Spider-Man. And Craven's last hunt...
He's wrecking the car! You're in trouble now.
There we go. Uh-oh. Here's the trouble, Spider-Man!
Oh no!
I'm just gonna launch this guy in the air. Spider-Man's equal opportunities. People on webs.
He's an equal opportunity web slinger.
Thanks, Spidey.
Not a problem. Happy to help save the day. Ask Spider-Man. They'll never make up for all the things I did. Oh God, the pain of being Spider-Man.
Hey, Black Belladanka joined us.
Hi, nice meeting you. Enjoy our Spider-Mans.
The Spider-Mans.
I'm just gonna hang up here and just be like, it's like I'm on a swing, and I can remember the happier times before Uncle Ben was dead. As you can see, Spider-Man's going through a lot every day. One day, he'll forgive himself, but today is not that day.
You know, I'm still baffled as to why, like, you know, with his superpowers, couldn't he just get, like, a job doing some, like, I don't know, construction work or something?
Genuinely, because Peter Parker...
And his, like, one thing would just be, like, I can't give you my real identity, I have to keep my mask on. But I will help you enormously with my super strength.
Oh, no. Fuck that kid.
It's a balloon!
Alright, kid, I'll do it. I'll get your friggin' balloon, because that'll give me points. But if I don't have it...
Ugh, go get his balloon.
I'm gonna get his balloon.
Go get his balloon now.
Alrighty.
Oh no, it's rising up over there. Quick, go get it faster. You got a super jump up there, man. Not that super jump.
Okay, let's do this. There.
Oh my god, you got it.
Yeah, I actually got the damn balloon.
Congratulations, dude. You got the balloon.
What do we say?
I'll never let my balloony go again.
No, you are, you fucking asshole kid. If I was Venom, I would eat you like he does in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Venom eats brains?
In Ultimate Spider-Man, the way you regain health in that is you actually play as both Venom and Spider-Man, and Venom's health constantly depletes. So the way Venom has it is that he absorbs people into himself to keep going.
He eats people.
Yes. This is the Ultimate version of Venom, so he's a bit different on some level.
Ultimate tried way too hard to be dark and edgy.
Not all the time. Venom, a bit, yeah.
Hey.
Venom is a bit edgier. Admittedly,
well, wait, was Venom like a straight-up villain when he was doing that, or what?
Kind of straight up villain in this case.
Okay, that makes more sense, because like if they're trying to pretend that he's a hero at all, he can't be going around eating people.
In all seriousness, the game is not about Venom being a hero, he's just the second player. I mean, that's a game where one of the boss fights as Venom is you fight Wolverine.
Oh, nice.
Like, you actually get a guest shot from Wolverine in that, let's,
Next time you ambush someone, check if he's a superhero first. Which of you geniuses came up with this plan?
I like how they just call you Menace sometimes.
Some old lady on the side of the street with like way too many sweaters on, she's just pointing at you with a gnarly finger. Menace!
Gnarly finger. But in Ultimate Spider-Man, the game, Venom is portrayed as a villain. And actually, Peter Parker at one point becomes Carnage in that game.
Whoa.
I know.
Wait, well, when was that game released?
After this one, actually. It uses the same system as this game does. So, it's a bit better looking, too, because they actually use cel-shaded graphics.
PlayStation 2?
Xbox and GameCube.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we ever want to play it, we can actually do that for our channel. It's not a bad game, actually. And I think it's actually a bit more overall fun but this one's still enjoyable. But it's I didn't do it this one because
I lost track of the plot. What were we doing?
We're actually trying to get to Dr. Octopus, but I'm helping people because I am Spider-Man. And I don't want to let New York down.
Oh, Spider-Man!
It's the longest day ever. The sun remains up as long as Spider-Man does not visit Doc Ock.
Yes. Oh God, the boats.
What am I gonna do? All right.
That dude was just T-posing on the boat.
Guess it's good this costume isn't dry clean only.
Well, we're gonna have to help the boats.
No, I know this must happen. Like, Spider-Man can make, like, a web glider or a parachute or something, right?
Yeah.
Can we do that right now? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You
think I saw
made
a
it.
shark.
Barely. Right.
Nice job!
Ah, fuck it. I hate these levels because the water... Because Spider-Man can't swim in this game, so... I'm going to try.
Hey, nothing better than a soaking wet costume.
Is like there a canon about Spider-Man being able to swim or not?
No, he can swim. He would have to, at least in one classic issue.
Well, I mean, if he had super strength, he could be just so densely muscular that he has a hard time staying afloat.
I guess.
Like, that could be an explanation for why he would be able to swim.
Don't worry, I'm here to rescue.
It's like how gorillas are, where apes have such dense muscles that they have to stay out in the water because they just have to sink.
Like a little New York water to clear out the sinus.
This is
humans are lighter and fatter.
This is kind of annoying because
well, they all died.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'll do better next time.
I didn't know I'd have to be making a Spider-Man body count.
Yeah, this is one of those. Yeah, some of the missions are a little annoying because you're gonna have to deal with that. And to me, it's like if Spider-Man can swim, admittedly, they just don't want you swimming because they don't want to deal with that, I guess.
That's more work for the guy who's programming the character controller.
I kind of figured.
Problem?
On occasion, you're just going to fail missions because...
Spider-Man, thank goodness you're here. This guy...
I appreciate the amount of design work that goes into deciding like what a character can and can't do.
It hurts. Oh, fair.
Oh no, I hurt my knee.
Right. I'm on the job.
It's like that Family Guy thing where they just grab their knee for 5 minutes, like, Spidey. Yeah, there he is.
Don't worry, you're gonna be okay.
Now we gotta get this guy to the hospital. Whee! We're gonna get you to the hospital this way, and hopefully
he
you
falls
won't...
to his death.
Ah!
He was like, I had a sprained ankle, and then you dropped me off a building.
Yes, because that is the right thing to do. You can, I guess, do that in the game if you want to. Just take him to the Empire State Building and drop him off.
Do we have, like, good and bad karma where we can become, like, evil Spider-Man?
That's Web of Shadows.
Oh, wow. Because Terrific Phantom just said this reminds him of Prototype.
Yeah. Actually, there's a similar Hulk game that was made by the same people as Prototype.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Ultimate Destruction. You can kind of think of it as a prototype to Prototype.
Wow, Prototype.
Yeah. Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction is a pretty good game, too, especially because it allows you to do a lot of damage to the city.
Now, I haven't played either Prototype or Infamous.
Thanks, Spidey.
But I know they came out around the same time. They seem like they were chasing the same trend, I guess. Is there a general consensus as to like which one's the better one?
If I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like Infamous because I didn't like Cole McGrath as a protagonist in that one. Because either way, the guy's just kind of a Weasley asshole.
Oh, that's not a very superheroic thing to be.
It's not even a superheroic being. He's either miserable or just kind of an asshole. And
I don't just like Static Shock where there's like something crazy happens and there's a bunch of bang babies.
Yes.
Spider-Man just
I like the slow motion voices. Spider-Man.
Well, you know, you gotta do what you can, but I like
Prototype 1 is fun, but hard as shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Prototype, I will admit, I do like a little bit better because at least with that one, he's just a monster. And you know, it's kind of like this. I prefer like the morally, I'm kind of like there's no pretense in that game about what it is compared to Infamous, which tries to do the whole karma thing, but I think doesn't do it as well. I heard Infamous 2 is a lot better, and I might try that out sometime.
Well, you know what? I think I actually have Infamous Second Son from one of the like Games of the Month for PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
You know, come to think of it, I haven't checked that in a while. I should probably check on that.
Yeah, probably.
That's how I got my hands on Mighty Number 9.
Oh, you lucky bastard. And by lucky bastard, I mean, oh, you poor soul.
You can bet that's gonna come up somewhere in the middle of our Mega Man Let's Plays.
Somewhere out there, you'll see us play Mighty Number 9. And you'll be horrified.
I've tried playing that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Which is why I am quietly optimistic about Mega Man 11.
Well, I hope it's a good game myself, but we'll see what happens. I do like the Mega Man franchise overall. It's a fun series.
Oh yeah. I was playing some Mega Man X5 earlier today.
Frack yeah, card chase.
Get those guys.
Narwhal pre-ordered Mighty Number 9.
You poor.
I hope you're happy with yourself. Supporting that affront to Mega Man.
He clearly... Now, that was one of the worst games I've seen in a... It's surprising... Here's the thing. Playing it and seeing it, I'm surprised at how bad it is.
Do a super jump. There you go.
Dang it.
You got hit by the car.
It's true. Oh, dang it. I hate... Alright. I do like this game, but sometimes...
That was a fabulous ragdoll, sir.
I ragdoll the fuck out. I'm just gonna...
But yeah, the problem... My problem with Mighty Number 9 is that there's so many obviously bad choices they made. Like how they delayed the game so they could have all this like broken online stuff in the game, which led to some good jokes about how people were like, you know what my favorite part about Mega Man 2 was? The online leaderboards, or the co-op multiplayer. And that's in my opinion what went really wrong with that game.
If I'm gonna be honest, one of the big problems with that game as well is just the fact that they tried to make it multi-platform. Hey, Vita owners, I hope you don't I hope you're okay with disappointment.
I'm still waiting on my 3DS version of that game, thank you.
Did you get a 3DS version of it, actually?
No.
Hey, how's it
going?
Like, Mighty Number... Hey! But they promised a 3DS version that's never coming out.
Yeah.
It was terrible. I just saw someone being
Trying to make a game multi-platform like that...
I know, and it's apparently like buggy to hell on the Wii U version.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
Alright, we're going after more car thieves?
Yeah.
It's gonna crash us!
All caps. What even is this physics engine?
This one, so it uses a raycaster system where lines actually, go all throughout, so Spider-Man can find, like, I forget the exact thing, it's like an echolocation thing, where Spider-Man's able to detect where all the points you can web are. It's kind of interesting, and to tell you the truth, the fact that they were able to get webbing right in this game, like, the new Attack on Titan game uses a very similar system to this.
You know, that's some good voodoo, but I understood it.
Yeah, thank you. I tried my best to understand the system as I could. It's a fascinating game to actually look. Oh wait, thieves! I gotta stop the thieves.
Johnny McJim says seeing Spider-Man walking on the ground is weird to him.
It is. I might.
What you mean?
Like I said, he just goes along and there's like a comic, the New York Comic Con or something, and there's like a ton of people just. It's another guy. Man, they have got major safety issues here in New York.
It is New York.
Yeah. Never mind then. Carry on.
Oh, dang it!
What are you doing?
I'm gonna try. Whee!
Save them on. Spider-Man.
I was hoping that
you shot him with a web, which caused him to fall to his death. You thought Uncle Ben was on your conscience, but now he's not alone.
It also those people on the boat. God dang it.
You are the worst superhero. You've killed more lives than you have saved.
Hey. I'm Captain Utilitarian. You wanna know what that guy had an issue with? That guy was actually abusive to his kid, so I saved 3 lives by letting him die.
Oh my god.
That's the dark.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that's like a character I would come up with.
Captain Utilitarian.
Where, yeah, like, he uses, like, some abstract moral character to judge his actions.
I guess.
And so, like, you know, he just, like, lets someone die like that, and it's like...
Actually,
it's like when my friends and I were playing Monster Hunter, and the Elder Dragons in Monster Hunter World don't attack you unless you attack them.
Well, let me...
And so we're sitting there and we're like, look at this, the beauty of nature as it, like, marches by. And it's so wonderful, you don't want to harm it. But then you find out that it's a racist. And then we're like, good enough for us, and we kill it.
Fair. Actually, in this game... Actually, speaking of which... let's talk about Steve Ditko for a second, one of the creators of Spider-Man.
Yes, that is the question.
Yeah, the guy who created the question. Oh, look, a purse robbery.
Purse robbery.
Here, ma'am. I got your purse.
Gets 10 bones broken by Spider-Man in response for his purse robbery.
He's like, ah, God! But Steve Ditko created another character called Mr. A, whose entire gimmick was... He judges everything in black and white, and actually kills people just based on his moral philosophy. Oh god, these assholes. Time to die.
That reminded me of like a Super Best Friends podcast joke, where they were like, what if the Punisher just like takes on white collar crime, and he like just goes into a boardroom with a machine gun, and just blows away all these businessmen?
I could easily see that.
And they're like, God, you know, they're lucky that the Punisher just deals with, like, street-level crime.
There are jokes about it. There's only a couple things the Punisher doesn't kill, which are cops. He doesn't kill random cops, actually.
What if they're, like, super corrupt cops?
Yes, he will kill them.
Okay, I was gonna say. Like, that sounds exactly what he would kill.
In all seriousness, at the very least, the early 90s version of the Punisher never killed cops. As a thing. Just general. Nowadays, with everything else, that could have changed up, but in general, the Punisher actually used to be a cop, so... damn it. I ragged all the fuck out.
Little shout out to the channel Comic Tropes, because I saw the episode he did on the issue where the Punisher was black. For like a day, and he meets Luke Cage. And it's ridiculous.
Of course. But...
Seraphic Phantom says, the game decides to give you hero points for describing the reason why you let the innocent bystander plummet to his death.
I wish.
We're chaotic neutral.
Spider-Man just does whatever the hell he wants now. He is beyond.
He really is a menace.
In all seriousness, there are some alternate versions of Spider-Man who can be described as menaces.
Well, see, it's interesting because, whoa. You know, superheroes always like to be portrayed as these kind of, you know, not always absolute good characters, but very good characters, and so Peter Parker's just such a good kid, and he has such a, like, reverence for his Uncle Ben, who taught him everything he knows about morality. But, you know, it's like, I can think of so many other kids who, if they had these powers, they would just abuse them and they'd just be the worst. Like, maybe they wouldn't be evil, but they'd just be really obnoxious.
There actually are some deconstructions that try to do that type of thing. There's a comic called Super Fuckers, actually. You might know the theme song from a certain podcast or something, but the idea is that what if teens had superpowers and they're just jerks? So like one guy's a huge fucking bully, one just beats up each other.
I mean, that would be such a danger, really.
Well, yeah. In general, unless, like, with Peter Parker... Well, hell, Peter... Actually...
My Hero Academia is actually a good example where, like, at first Bakugo is just this jackass who blows everything up. I just
kind of realized that Spider-Man was actually a response to that, because in his origin, the first thing he does is try to become a celebrity with his superpowers.
Yeah, he does, like, that underground fighting.
No, not even that. He actually gets a variety show.
Really?
Where he shows off his tricks.
It's the Spider-Man Variety Hours.
It's Spider-Man Variety Hour, kids. Actually, I need to go check.
I mean, what on earth are we doing?
Well,
hey, you know, we'd have more than enough hero points if you didn't keep killing people.
I know. Alright.
Narwhal Storm would like us to remember Boku no Hero Academia.
Boku no Hero Academia?
Chasing someone. Just came through.
I'm gonna call it Boku no Hero... No, Jiro Academia. I don't know. Whatever. I'm kidding, of course. I like My Hero Academia, but to be fair, Spider-Man was actually a call-out on people using their superpowers instantly for good. The whole idea...
Well, that's part of what makes him such a great character, is that you see the human elements, where he makes mistakes, he has stupid ideas, but then he tries to do better. Run, Spider-Man. Run faster than that car going 15 miles per hour.
Whee! Spider-Man actually can outrun a car, believe it or not. In canon. One of his feats.
Terrific Phantom asks, did the heavens just open up for you too? Because it's a fucking deluge outside right now.
Probably.
You know, not yet. Being up on the top floor of where we are, we hear the rain before anyone else does. And loud. But it seems to be okay right now. But thanks for the heads up if it's coming this way.
Three of them.
Johnny McJim says we should just steal the car and run through traffic lights.
Unfortunately, Spider-Man can't drive. Or he doesn't have... Okay,
I never got my driver's license.
He does actually probably have his driver's license, but I'm not sure because... Alright, Spider-Man actually used to own a motorcycle, believe it or not.
Well, it's like what Philip J. Fry said. No one drove in New York. There was too much traffic.
It's true. Alright, I'm gonna now go upgrade something. So we are at a shop, so... We're near a shop, so we're gonna go upgrade some things. Because Alrighty, now let's see how I get into the shop.
I'm just picturing Spider-Man in the Spider-Mobile.
Oh, we're back at the comic shop. Ah, yes, my new issue of Blood Gun 14. I love Blood Gun 14. Oh, is there a kid crying about a balloon? Fuck you, kid.
No. These phantom children and their balloons.
Alright, ooh. New tack. Yank behind.
Oh, Johnny McJim wants us to talk about the Tokusatsu Spider-Man.
Oh, God, I have comments on that one, I guess. Man.
Spider-Man!
Alright, it is definitely... It's one of the more enjoyable Tokusatsus of its time, if I'm being honest. Fun shit all around. Like, nothing but... I enjoy that one. And also, Spider-Man has a giant robot.
Yeah, didn't that predate, like, the Super Sentai Megazords?
Well, believe it or not, yeah, it did. It was actually the inspiration. You see, the Super Sentai of the previous year was canceled. It was just not popular, and back then it wasn't even called Super Sentai, it was just called Sentai. The reason Super Sentai became a name was because they had a giant robot. Not even kidding. So, what happened... was that they were like, Oh, we have a giant robot now, so we are Super Sentai, and blah blah blah. So Spider-Man inspired that element in Super Sentai to add the giant robot into the team. But the first Super Sentai thing was meant to be an adaptation of the Avengers. Captain Japan was meant to be Captain America, their version of him.
Nani?
Yeah, no. Dude, the early Super Sentai are all Marvel co-productions.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like, in all seriousness, without Marvel, we wouldn't have Super Sentai in any way, shape, or form.
That is really amazing.
So, and I know you're like, but Toei, yeah, dude, Marvel co-produced it, at the very least, initially. I'm just saying that,
my
like,
name is Spider-Man, and I'll
they
be
had a
a
hand in
superhero
them.
today.
They definitely helped out. In fact, they were going to try and adapt more Japanese Marvel superheroes to Tokusatsu.
Oh my god, look at these guys.
Hope your insurance is paid up.
Air combo finish.
Yep,
Can we maximum spider these guys?
Kind of. We just got a combo.
Next time you ambush someone, check if he's a superhero first.
Wee!
Try not to run into my fist with your face.
Be sure not to run into my fist with your face. Yeah. You know, we've been talking over it, so I haven't really noticed the Spider-Man quips. I'm looking forward to Josh Keaton's playing him in the new one, right?
No, it's actually Yuri Lowenthal.
Oh, Yuri Lowenthal's playing.
Yeah, which is not a bad choice. If I was like,
I was thinking of Spectacular Spider-Man then.
Josh Keaton is the. I just forgot the Batman animated series. Kevin Conroy, the Kevin Conroy of Spider-Man, in my opinion. He does probably the best Spider-Man I've seen. He pulls off either a good young Spider-Man or a good older Spider-Man. He does both well.
Like, the first time I knew who Josh Keaton was actually Metal Gear Solid 3, when he was playing young Ocelot.
You want to know what else he's also good in another superhero role? Green Lantern. He makes a great Hal Jordan.
I loved that series.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those special things where I went in, like, I didn't really think too much of Green Lantern. I liked Jon Stewart in the Justice League cartoon, but
Hi, my name is
then,
Spider-Man,
like,
and
I
I'll be
really
your
cared about the
superhero
Green
today.
Lantern stuff after seeing that animated series.
It's a good
A car just hit that guy. He needs to get to the hospital.
Oh, God. Oh, my knee. My Family Guy knee.
I'll get him there right away.
Oh, wait. That's going to the wrong marker.
How's
Oh,
it
no.
going?
Sprint.
Hey, take away from me.
There you go.
Spidey.
Try not to puke, okay?
Yuri Lowenthal's a seasoned voice actor. He can definitely do Spider-Man.
From what I heard, he does a fine enough job. And I have no issue with his version of Spider-Man.
His webs will pierce the heavens.
It's true. In general, Yuri Lowenthal also just has a good normal guy voice, which is one of the voices you need to be Spider-Man, in my opinion.
That's true.
He also has a good heroic voice.
Hey.
I have no issue with Yuri Lowenthal voicing Spider-Man as a whole. And plus, from what I heard, he does a pretty good job. Actually, you want to get a weird one. Dean Venture's voice actor and Donatello from Ninja Turtles, the 2003 version, also voiced Spider-Man at one point. There's a lot of major voice actors who do Spider-Man at some point in their careers. Except Crispin Freeman, because I don't think Spider-Man is like, it's I, Crispin Freeman, and here's my manly, deep voice. For I am Crispin Freeman.
It's over for you, Doc Ock. He's got like this really like throaty thing that he does sometimes.
I'm gonna see if there's something behind here. Because exploration. Is there something? Oh, there's nothing. I feel lied to. But one day I'll find things. Oh. But like I said, I do like all the environmental exploration in this. It does remind me a little bit of Jet Set Radio in a way, too, kind of.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. The exploration around cityscapes and the movement of it.
I mean, I'm just impressed with how big they've managed to make it and make it all work together. since you go down to street level and there's people down there, there's cars down there, so it doesn't feel like we've hit any patch where it's like, oh, they missed a spot or it's empty.
Nah, this game feels full. Like, we can't go off the bridge, but, you know.
I guess Treyarch might have been a good development team before they got enslaved to Call of Duty.
Hey, this is, I believe this is actually an art museum.
Not that I think their work on Call of Duty is bad, but just the fact that that's all they get to do anymore.
In all seriousness, in Activisions like this, if it's not a Blizzard game, all they do is Call of Duty nowadays.
Do they still have the Transformers license?
I'm not sure if they do.
I don't think they do.
But I don't really remember because
that's right. They took off the Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron from Steam and stuff, and I think that was around the time they lost the license.
Probably.
Too bad, because those were actually like good games. And as far as Fall of Cybertron is concerned, it's not an if we're going to play it; it's a when.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that one. That's gonna be a fun one to do. And then I can talk about a line continuity shenanigans.
I will enjoy that.
Because there are a lot of the line continuity shenanigans.
So what's Spider-Man gotta do right now?
I'm gonna just climb up this building and see how far I can get up. Because I can do that in this game. Because it's my building.
Yeah, that is fun. Like, that's the freedom of movement to be like, hey, I want to go up here. What's up here?
Yep.
That's what's so fun. And there's been some recent games that have really nailed that for me. You know, most recently, definitely The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
You want to go?
It's so fantastic. Whoa! Flying so high.
Fly the sky. Should I go to the Empire State Building? I feel like I should go to the Empire State Building. I'm going to the Empire State Building.
I was about to be like, do they have the Twin Towers? And I was like, wait, no, this is way after that.
Hey, let's go.
No, because the first Spider-Man movie, they had to remove the Twin Towers shot. Because in the initial trailer for the original Spider-Man film, they had that scene where a helicopter gets webbed up between the Twin Towers.
That is such a cool scene and ingenious, and oh god, the timing.
I mean, who could have predicted? Oh, okay, you know what? I know who could have predicted, but they sat on their asses. We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, let's not talk about that right now. Let's focus on Spider-Man and his
But there were a bunch of games that got affected by that.
It's true.
Like, Metal Gear Solid 2 apparently originally was going to have a scene at the end where a huge chunk of Manhattan gets destroyed, and they really, like, shortened that scene for the final version because of 9/11. Same thing, I saw, like, a Did You Know Gaming episode where they were like, Advance Wars never came out in Japan because it released on 9/11 in America. Like, years later it came out. What? Ooh. That looked like it hurt.
It did hurt, but I'm alive. As Spider-Man. Whee!
What does anyone do when they climb to the highest point? They jump off of it.
Of course.
In sheer defiance of the laws of physics.
Well, Spider-Man is sheer defiance of the laws of physics. Even though he often uses it to win fights. But Spider-Man must reach higher.
Yeah. Well, when I think of, like, physics and fights, I like the portal physics they had going on in the Infinity War, where Doctor Strange was opening up portals so that Spider-Man could, like, launch through them to fight Thanos.
Oh, God.
That movie was so hype.
It was. It was a fun film. Let's see. I believe. Hiya!
Yeah, the character controller's going crazy! Yeah. I don't know why we discovered Skeletor up there.
Skeletor is the greatest of all heroes in the multiverse.
You spider boob.
He is the spider boob.
Spider boob.
Spider boob. Jiggles like a spider boob does.
Shoots out webbing.
Oh,
that's
God,
gross.
why? That might be...
Look out! We just lost our subscribers.
I am now on the pillar. I am a pillar man.
Oh god. Now I'm just picturing like a hugely muscular Spider-Man, but you know, he's like naked except for like a spider print loincloth and posing.
Man, oh god, that would be
a pillar man.
He's a pillar.
He's a pillar man.
He's a pillar of society. Whee!
One of my favorite parts of the JoJo Part 2 dub was frickin' von Stroheim sounding like Jorgen von Strangle.
That was great.
German technology is the finest in the world.
Well, you know, if they're gonna have that character in it, I figured they might as well make him over the top as possible.
Well, when I first started watching the dub of that show, I'm like, man, this is like campy and over the top, and then I'm like, wait a minute, it's supposed to be. This is perfect.
It needs to be. How else?
Whoa, physics.
The spider physics.
Let's see, the highest point happens to be the Chrysler Building. Yeah.
That makes sense. I think we did hit the Chrysler Building at one point.
Don't look at his ass. Comic creators will be mad at ye. Oh yeah, like that thing where they're like, you can't put female characters in Spider-Man poses because they're too suggestive, or something like that. Or like female comic poses are suggestive, and then they're like, yeah, Spider-Man poses the same way.
Oh yeah, genuinely, like Spider-Man right now has kind of like a thing where he, Spider-Man is always one of those characters where it's like, there was a Spider-Woman controversy a couple years ago I found kind of dumb.
You found the thing.
No, I found the thing.
You found the thing.
That I found kind of dumb because Spider-Man does all the poses naturally as a character. But it was like, but it's not sexual, and it's like, nope, it kind of is. That's how Spider-Man is.
I mean, Spider-Man's a naturally sexy arachnid.
Sorry, Harry.
Never mind, let's go.
SWA, single white arachnid.
It's true.
Harry, it's good to see you again. Otto, your guests are here.
All right. Otto, Rose, let me introduce my good friend, Peter Parker.
It's a huge honor to meet you.
We are finally advancing the plot. We've been doing side quests for like 2 hours, haven't we?
Yeah, basically. It's kind of like Yakuza because, well,
I'm sure Kurt has beaten him up enough.
It's kind of, you kind of get lost, lost in it, you know. After a while, like in Yakuza, there was an entire period of time where I was like, man, I'm glad did I just beat all this pocket circuit shit? Fuck, pocket circuit.
I mean, I had the exact same thing. I got to like some chapter in the middle of Majima's story, and I was just like doing the hostess minigame.
Well, that's how you in that game. The hostess minigame is also really freaking easy to complete, especially compared to Kiryu's.
As I was saying,
Johnny McJim says Deathstroke is way more attractive.
No, the guy who has the best butt in comics is Nightwing. This has been proven scientifically.
I don't know. I've seen Deadpool twerk.
We don't want to keep Otto.
It's Nightwing. Nightwing has the best butt in the DC universe, and in all of comics probably.
I'm sure Otto would be happy to explain.
In fact, I think there's entire Tumblrs dedicated to Nightwing's ass.
Wow. So.
I can't believe I actually got.
Speaking of Nightwing's ass, did you ever see the Batman and Harley Quinn film?
I still have to, I can't believe I actually still have to go through that one.
I mean, you're not missing much. It's just a big, like, Harley Quinn fangasm, and, like, while it's great having the old, like, Bruce Timm art style and having Kevin Conroy voice Batman again, but at the same time, something always feels off, because they totally let Harley, like, do things. Like, they let her run the show, essentially.
Yeah.
And so they let her do things that I'm like, if this were a regular Batman episode, she would have been like, you know, tied up in the trunk of the Batmobile with her mouth duct taped shut for some of the things she was doing.
To be fair, I can totally see that.
And he'd just like drop her off back at Arkham, and being like, "I'm done, Harley." But no, it's the Harley Quinn thing, and it's post-Suicide Squad where they try to like be like, "Oh, she's a great character on her own. She's a strong, independent, ambiguous girl."
Harley is often stronger not as a character alone. I like Harley alright, but I feel like she's better when she's a supporting character.
Well, the episode Mad Love from Batman the Animated Series really like does it, where you see her relationship with the Joker.
With that? Great. I was getting hungry anyway.
Hurry to the crime scene.
Oh wait, dang it!
I think you're going to a photo op in that direction.
Yeah, no, I hate the. No, they were both yellow.
I know that's not good color coding.
They were just like, yeah, they'll be able to tell.
Trouble!
Spider-Man, why are you beating up the patrons?
Because they didn't tip me. Yeah, I also work here too.
Get a job! Get to the car!
Well, time to go after it. Ah, god dang it.
This New York is surprisingly vivid considering when this game was made. This is just making me more excited for what's going to happen with the PS4 game.
I hope the game has Ford Freedom Plaza as just a background element. I always like seeing Marvel places in these types of games.
Yeah, they really should. Dynamic Jim says, now that you mention it, it seems similar to a Batman the Animated Series episode where they have to find the Joker. Yeah, I seem to remember something like that too, where they recruit Harley Quinn to help her track down the Joker. Or help them track down the Joker.
No. Stay back.
Alrighty, now I get health. Whee!
I wonder what kind of like parkour kind of elements they're gonna have in the new game. Because obviously the environment's gonna be more detailed, and so there's gonna be lots of things that are gonna get in your way.
I imagine,
like, you're running along a rooftop and there's like air conditioning devices or something, and they probably want to have something programmed so that Spider-Man can just like flip over them.
I kind of hope that there's kind of a like option for like a speed crawl.
Yeah.
Where it's like Spider-Man can move faster while crawling or something.
Hey.
But we'll see what happens. That would be...
Maybe they'll have a good old modern sprint button.
So, let me tell you about one of the worst Spider-Man villains ever created. And I'll tell you why. She's not necessarily a bad concept. But
okay,
she's
we're not talking about Stiltman.
No, Stiltman's a Daredevil villain.
What about Batroc the Leaper?
He's Captain America,
He was
actually.
a joke villain in Ultimate Spider-Man.
He's a joke villain I have nothing but respect for. Batroc the Leaper is the best. But no, let me talk about Screwball. Screwball is a supervillainess who has one gimmick. She is good with... She does love parkour. And her arch enemy is Spider-Man. Well, not her...
Suddenly I'm reminded of Roxy Rocket.
Roxy Rocket is not too bad. She's kind of goofy but fun.
She was original to, what, like Superman the Animated Series?
I think she was Batman, but she's
But they were like... They were just kind of in the same universe at that point.
Well, yeah, but she actually showed up in the Batman comics first.
Oh, wow.
For a specific reason, actually. That's kind of weird if you want to...
Because Bruce Timm likes drawing hot girls.
No, because he actually wanted to own a character who was like Harley Quinn.
Huh.
Alright, so when Harley Quinn was created for the animated series, she was created for the animated series.
Yeah.
But DC Comics actually has a policy that if a character is created in the comics, you make money from their appearances.
Oh.
So, like, if you create a character
So he wasn't making money on Harley Quinn because she was a cartoon character, not a comic character.
Yeah, and then he introduced her into comics.
Oh my gosh.
So then he actually... So anytime Roxy appears in anything else, they have to give Bruce Timm and Paul Dini some of the money for her.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
I don't know what DC's policy is about that now. But yeah, in all seriousness, if you created a character past the 70s, you actually can make money off them if you work for DC if they appear in anything else. So, like, to give you an idea, anytime Bane appears in a cartoon, Chuck Dixon gets paid for it.
Wow.
Or Firestorm or anything else. To give you an idea, there was a controversy a couple years ago with Gary Conway.
Oh, Princess Luna says, that explains why Red Claw and Baby Doll didn't get much traction.
Yeah. In general...
So they were original characters to the animated series?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, because there wasn't like Volcana and what was it? Livewire. Weren't they original to Superman?
Yes, Volcana didn't. Volcana, I imagine, didn't get a lot of traction because she's very fairly generic. She has fire powers.
Yeah. No, I remember even like back as a kid, I was like thinking that she wasn't all that interesting as a supervillain.
She has a very hot character design.
Yeah. Oh, she's so hot. Oh yeah. I see what you did there.
But
Spider-Man.
Livewire was an attempt to create a Harley Quinn for Superman, and I think she was successful in a way. I like Livewire whenever she shows up in something.
Yeah.
You know, and plus, like, she's kind of has a good gimmick to her.
You know, I had a thought. Also, lots of photo ops. Yes. I'm realizing, so Livewire was a shock jock at the time.
Yes.
And I'm like, so that's like basically if today, like, some Tumblr person got electrocuted and became a supervillainess.
Yes.
That's really what it is.
I didn't want to mention it.
Too late, I did.
You horrible person.
Channel ruined. Thanks, Hal.
Yeah, he said that I would do it, but no, it was you. You asshole. But no, in all seriousness, Livewire is pretty great.
What's interesting is just like when you think of like what's like of their time, because you know, again, like the Daily Bugle is a newspaper versus being like an online publication. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like how the things evolved. How did the characters adapt?
Well, being a new news media thing, yeah, that's like I think Daily Bugle. Oh God, this time I'll do it. This time.
Oh no.
Okay. Hang on.
Another future headstone on Spider-Man's head. Wait, where is he?
Oh God, no!
The left marker. Maybe. Oh Christ!
God, no!
He was like supposedly within visual range. Supposedly. All right. Wait, climb the wall. Climb the wall.
I'm trying to.
All right. Is that him?
Well, I think I can.
No.
I'm just gonna fail that. I should just accept it. But yeah.
If Tumblr was a supervillain, she would be named Trigger Warning. She would have a gun in her chest while complaining about gun violence.
In all seriousness,
she would look like G1 Megatron.
In all seriousness, there were attempts to do that type of thing, but comics does have a notable lefty slant to it.
You know, I feel like I don't want to talk about it on stream in case I ever want to actually like make a comic out of this, but I had an idea for kind of like a parody superhero with some ideas kind of like that.
You're not wrong. But yeah, back in the day, yeah, in all seriousness, to give you an idea, so let me tell you about KG Beast. KG Beast was a character who was created in the 80s by Jim Starlin. And you want to know...
Well, he was in an episode of Justice League Unlimited, so I actually know him.
Yeah, fair. And you want to know who else Jim Starlin created? Thanos.
Yep.
And you want to know what? Jim Starlin has made more money from KG Beast appearing in Batman v Superman than he has Thanos. Yeah.
Wait, KG Beast was in Batman v Superman?
Yeah, they used his secret agent name at one point.
I refuse to watch Batman v Superman.
It's true.
It's one of the many movies that Hal will continue to avoid in his life. Like, although the Super Mario Brothers movie will be the most avoidant.
If we ever have a Patreon, we'll make like a thing where if we
let's watch. Force Hal to suffer through Super Mario Brothers.
I always wanted to do that just for fun.
Why do you hate me
will
so?
Get you nowhere with me.
Look, I'll make.
Besides the fact that I'm the evil, malevolent AI aboard your spaceship.
I thought you were beneficial. Fuck, man. Oh, Black Cat.
Chase the thickness.
I will chase the thickness of Black Cat.
Taste the rainbow.
Nice night for a little swing to the city, isn't it?
I don't get you. Last time you were an ice queen, but now you're friendly. Make up your mind.
It's called a woman's prerogative.
Wait. What's your name?
Me? I'm Black Cat. And I just crossed your path. Now, if you'll excuse me.
God, I hate this. Well.
Black Cat, huh?
I think we're back.
Are we back?
I don't know.
We'll see. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back.
Okay.
Tell a friend.